All right, my food mood friends, welcome to Chandra's and Odyssey's Closet. I have a little bit of a different episode for you today, which I'm super stoked about. If you're seeing this or if you're listening to this in audio, it's okay. You'll get all the information. But I thought it would be fun to actually bring you to my closet. So this is my closet. And the reason I'm bringing you here is because I want to talk about clothing and lymph flow and how it affects our health.
Welcome! Here is your hostess and coach, Chandra, helping people make food and mood changes doable without missing out. Go ahead, high five that like button, subscribe and share while you're there.
The reason that this podcast idea, title, topic came to me was I was getting bodywork by this incredible new bodyworker I have, Eric in Reno. If you're looking for someone in Reno, I'm happy to share with him. He's booked out, but he's incredible because he has so many tools. He teaches bodywork. He's incredible. And we talked a little bit about my lymph last time because I have problems with my lymph. It might be connected to me having autoimmune disease. It might be just the way that my body is structured. Like I particularly have, and I'll actually show you, I particularly have lymph flow issues here in my thighs. I really feel my lymph is off. I really feel it in my thighs. I feel like them get swollen and I feel them get kind of uncomfortable. And so he and I were talking a little bit about lymph and he said, well, like depending on where straps are on your body that it can stop lymph flow. And I said, yeah, I actually do know that because I studied lymph for extended amount of time with an Ayurvedic practitioner and teacher, and I worked a lot of my own lymph, which was just incredible. I'm actually looking for a new lymph massage person because it's incredible work. And so our lymph system it doesn't really move when we don't move. It's actually one of the things that when we're sick and we're in bed, our lymph system really suffers because it really requires us to move, at least go for walks. Like, so if you're not healthy enough to really exercise, walking is just like bare minimum. I remember when my parents were in the hospital back to back. It's a whole other story, but even after a really intense surgery, they wanted them to walk. And actually after my C-section, they wanted me to walk like almost immediately. Like, which is to get the lymph flow moving. It's our bodies need movement. But something that stops lymph movement is our clothing. And so if you've learned anything about breast health, that one of the most important things is to not have underwires, to not have tight bras that stop our lymph from circulating. So our breasts have a lot of lymph in them, and it's really important that lymph is moving, that it's not just kind of like almost like a rubber band, like it's like tightened around and that the lymph can't move. And so it's really important to be mindful of where our clothing cutting into you.
Hello, my friend. How are you? I'm in the Dead Sea floating in the water. Go ahead and like and share and follow so we can keep in touch.
So I brought you to my closet because I really want to share with you. And I was wearing these pants in my body work session. And he was like, yeah, he's like, even simple things, even just barely things pulling can really affect lymph. And I was sharing with him that these are the pants I was wearing. And the brand is Tiki, Teeki. I'm a huge fan of this company. And for me, one of the biggest reasons is that it doesn't cut in on the waistline. It's a soft waistline. So there's no edge where I feel it like digging into me. For me, especially on my lower body, I think I also feel it on my chest, my breasts. But for me, my lower body, I really feel it. If my underwear is cutting against my groin, or my yoga pants are cutting into around my midline, I really feel it. I start to feel like my lymph starts to kind of swell up down on the lower half of my body. And so I just wanted to, I actually have a client who I realized that I really want to talk to her because one of her big things is she's really working on her arms. And I started thinking about how many, especially large breasted women, that they're wearing like extra tight bras in order to kind of hold everything up and in. When I was pregnant, when I was breastfeeding, I had huge boobs, and it was like so eye-opening of like what that's like to have really large breasts and how much support they need and how it's tough to exercise. And wow, it really opened up my eyes. And at the same time, like even for large breasted women, yes, there's a way to maybe like secure them and feel them, not, you know what I mean, if that's you, but to also not cut off the lymph. So finding brands that have some kind of like even distributed holding instead of like lines and that ring and that pressure. And so I really love, these are like my favorite yoga pants. I'm very particular with pants. Pants are like a really big thing for me. Tiki is a brand that I really love, that I feel is really good for my lymph. I can wear them all day. It feels great. And Lululemon is another really great brand. They also do not have the waistband where it cuts in. For me, that's like one of the first things that I'm looking at is like, is there a waistband that's cutting into my middle? And I have like one underwire bra that I wear on special occasions. It's very, very rare that I wear it. I mostly use bras that do not have any kind of like cutting into my ribs, or I really, letting all my lymph in my chest and my breasts like be able to move. Super important. Going for walks, super important for our lymph. And dry brushing is really useful. Salt scrubs are really useful. There's a lot of ways that we can like manually, gua shas are incredible for lymph. And these are a lot of things that you can do on your own. And you can also hire a body worker to work on your body, which is just I consider it a very, very essential health tool. It's really great to have someone really helping you with your tissues. And I'm actually looking for, if anybody here is listening and in Reno, I'm looking for a lymph massage practitioner here in Reno. That would be amazing. And I wanted to drop in and just kind of bring you to my closet. I just recently been checking out Marie Kondo. And so I just recently went through all my stuff and kept all the things that spark joy and let go of a lot of things. So I'm feeling pretty like connected and happy with my closet, and really picking clothes that make me feel good. For me, one of the big things is like, if I like something, but then after a couple hours, I'm like ready to get it off, it's a piece of clothing that's gotta go. So I wanna be able to be like really comfortable in my clothing. And for me, a lot of it is connected to lymph. My body worker, Eric, he was actually saying that even like underwear can stop that lymph flow. And he said, I bet that if you were like naked for, a day or something, that your lymph would change. And I do agree with him that there is a lot of lymph flow that happens. I love going to hot springs and being naked for a couple days. My lymph feels amazing after that. Hot cold is really good for lymph. So there's a little lymph info drop, and it's one of the components. So in my program, I have like the mood module, the food module, which is really the basics of my program. But then I also have an incredible amount of information and education and modules after that. And in the optimization module, I have this whole module where I teach about self-care tools and different ways that we can take care of our body. Food and stress are like baseline, like that's the most important piece. But there's all these other pieces that we can do. Nothing we have to do. So if you're looking for some help, you want to reach out to me, I'm open, call me, or you can call me. I actually did start recently putting out my phone number on my business cards, and it's not on my website. If you want to call me, send me a message on email or right below this video, and I'll send you my phone number and we can chat. This is my passion. This is what I love doing. So I'd love to help you in any way that I can. Have a beautiful day. I'll see you next time, and ciao for now.